Point weather on NBC5 News is brought to you by the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe.
Hey, welcome back at NBC5. Got mostly sunny conditions to start off this morning. A little bit of a haze from the ongoing fires across our area. 65 degrees, 5 degrees cooler out there this morning than we were yesterday. We did make it down to 68 for the morning low yesterday, but during the show, we were still sitting in the 70s. And we look at 50s to 60s across a good portion of the nation. We have a big cool down happening across the Great Lakes region and going up into the northern half of the U.S. And that's going to continue forward today. Jet stream and the low pressure system still rushing in some chillier temperatures, some fall-like temperatures. A lot of 50s and 60s for highs from Minneapolis all the way down to Indianapolis. We see Chicago at 67. Triple digits, though, across the south, and you see the heat kind of still staying all the way up here for the West Coast, and we are going to be getting out of it. That is some good news. We're getting out of those 90s. In fact, this weekend we're looking at seasonal temperatures, and then we get into next week, we dip into the 70s. This is going to be a nice little taste of fall for us as we head into the start of next week. And rain coverage does look to come with the cool down as well. But ridge of high pressures keeping us pretty toasty here for today. We still have some moisture and we have a disturbance. We have the low out here. We have the other little disturbance kind of down here to keep our potential of some isolated showers and storms in the next couple of days. But the main focus is going to be on this system that's going to be diving down here as we're getting into this weekend. And as it starts to build into our area, you see that coverage of rain really increasing across our area. This looks to be some fantastic news. Because of the ongoing wildfires across our area, this could put a damper on a lot of that activity, which is great news for our region, not only just our area. And we still might even continue with the chance of not only showers, but even some storms embedded in that as well when we get into the middle half of next week. So we are going to continue with the heat today. We've got the mid and upper 90s, 80s out into our eastern counties, 60s continuing for the coastline this afternoon. And yes, there's still potential of some isolated showers and storms. It's a little bit lower than yesterday. And again, most of our area will continue to stay mostly sunny, but where we might see that pop-up shower or storm, definitely could get some lightning activity from that. And that will clear out when we get into the overnight hours. And we'll continue that chance at least for the next couple of days. Now, smoke forecast, you see a lot of the smoke still filling in across the western half of our area. And we continue to see a lot of smoke even from the immigrant fire filling in parts of our eastern county. So still expect that smoky, hazy sky as we're getting through today. Hopefully we can get some containment, a little bit higher containment on some of these fires as the rain and these cooler temperatures, which does help to damper a lot of that fire activity, builds in when we get into this coming week. But overall, still hot next couple of days before we start to dip into seasonal temperatures this weekend. And you see scattered showers, even the chance of some storms into much of next week. The Klamath Basin will get a little bit of a dry spell for this weekend before they start to see that returning chance of some showers and storms into next week. And look at their highs going from 80s to 70s temporarily to even upper 60s for the start of next week, with morning lows in the upper 40s. And Northern California also dropping off from 80s to 70s next week, but that chance of rain and storms. And the coastline will see the rain building in late Sunday. Showers look to continue for much of next week. A wet forecast for the coastline, something they desperately need as well.